Well, well. Jon Jones is still the champ, and he doesn't deserve to be. And we're gonna say it was a close fight. Well, I'm not gonna say it's a close fight. You guys are gonna say it's a close fight. Professionals are gonna say it's a close fight. You're incorrect. It was not a close fight. There's only 5 rounds. The distance could only be so much. But Dominick Reyes clearly won the first 3 rounds. Jones may have won the last 2. May. Some of those rounds are up in the air as well. But there's 3 rounds that are clearly Dominick Reyes rounds. And you're going to tell me that just because Jones moves forward, he wins the fight. Just because he moves forward. Not because he's out-striking the guy. Not because he's doing effective work, but just because he's moving forward. You're going to call me that's ring generalship. Or whatever they call it in UFC. I don't know what they call it. Cage control. Nope. Not here. I'm not buying it. And it's, I laid a game plan for Dominick Reyes on what I thought he could be effective in. And it was exactly what he was effective in. Jon Jones has one of the most overrated defenses in striking in the UFC. Sticking your hands out and hoping the guy doesn't jump in any further is not a great defense. Okay, no matter what Brendan Schaub tells you, no matter what Joe Rogan says, it's not a great defense. And the fact is that if he had cage control, right, he was I don't know what the hell the term they use. I use ring generalship, right? If he had cage control, ring generalship. He was the one that at points did a full-on sprint away from Dominick Reyes. That was his defense. He turned his back and fully ran in a sprint away from him. Because Jon Jones' defense has a major flaw to it. And that means because he takes one step back. He takes one step back and does this with his hands. And Dominick Reyes was the first guy that Jones has fought that throws straight punches and throws more than one of them. And does more than one step. And when he did that, he had Jones literally running from him. And he was literally tagging him up just by throwing straight punches. Dominick Reyes started fighting when Jon Jones was already the champion. Jon Jones is the GOAT. That's interesting. And I've never believed that. But I've been told that. And I've heard that over and over and over again. It's an easy thing to say. And all you MMA fans, all you fanboys, that's all you say. And, Joe Rogan says it all the time. And he even declared at the end of this fight that he was the GOAT. There was no arguing anymore. And I was thinking this is the best time to argue it. He just lost his fight. He lost his last one. He won the similar decision because he went forward. But he didn't do any work. But yeah, he's going forward, so he's going to win fights. He's not going to lose any fights. He's not going to lose much fights because Jon Jones has a good chin. And he has good endurance, and he's going to be able to be there every 5 rounds, all 5 rounds. If we're going to give him the score just for moving forward and, showing glimpses and being a little tricky at the end, well, he's going to win these fights. He's not going to lose. And then you're going to have to call him the GOAT because he's going to go on some unbelievable run. He's not going to go to heavyweight anymore. I promise you that. He knows it. He knows it. He's not going to heavyweight no more. That's out. That's out the window. He's not going to heavyweight no more. He knows it. Dominick Reyes, to me in a rematch, probably beats Jones way more. It's Tarver Roy Jones, the first one. The fight that Tarver probably should have won. Roy Jones showed a little something different that he went after Tarver, so he stole a lot of scorecards just because he was doing something different that he doesn't usually do. It's that he was the aggressor. He ran at Tarver. He was pushing Tarver back, right? But Tarver clearly won the fight. And then when the second one happened, Tarver knocks him out in the second round. That's what's going to happen here. Because Dominick Reyes is going to get better. Because Dominick Reyes has been improving. And I haven't really even been that impressed with Dominick Reyes in the UFC. And he did what a lot of young prospects do. They fight to the level of competition. And when he finally got the test, he showed that he proved that he belonged in there. And we're going to have to go back and look at Jon Jones' wins now. And we're going to have to say that what if Jon Jones lost the first fight to Gustafsson, which I think he did. right? What if he lost that fight to Santos, which I think he did, right? What if he lost the fight to Reyes, which I think he did? That's 3 losses. That's not a GOAT. That's not a GOAT. That's not a GOAT. Who Jon Jones beat? Hall of Famers, that's what I said. But does it matter when you beat the Hall of Famer? You know what I mean? Is beating Mike Tyson right now the same as beating Mike Tyson? If you beat De La Hoya right now, is that the same as beating De La Hoya? Rampage was fighting for a long time when Jones beat him. Shogun had been stopped a lot before Jones beat him. Machida? Were these guys just shells of the former selves? Because that's what I always thought. I always thought, man, it kind of seemed like he got in at the right time. And it kind of seemed like he was only winning because he was just so much longer than these guys, and they had never had dealt with that before. He didn't win this fight. Dominick Reyes should be champion right now. I think Jones knows it. I think you can't be telling whatever he wants, and they tell him whatever he wants to hear, but deep down he knows it. Reyes knows he won this fight. And if we're going to say Jon Jones is the GOAT for winning this controversial decision he shouldn't have won, then you wanted to make him the GOAT before this fight even happened. He looks the part. He looks the part. He's not the part, though. George St. Pierre. Anderson Silva. They won the fights. There was no questioning it. To me, he lost to Santos, Gustafsson, and Reyes. And none of those guys yet are Hall of Famers. He's lost to 3 guys that are not Hall of Famers. In the UFC. In his prime. And he's winning fights because he's moving forward. And don't give me the only bad decisions in boxing now. Or boxing's fixed because we have bad decisions. No. It's bad decisions because the way the judge system's, the way it is. And don't tell me it's a 10-point system that we adapted from boxing. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's easy to score a fight. The 10-point to 9-point doesn't make a difference. It's 1 point. Does one guy get a point or does the other guy get a point? Dominick Reyes got 3 points. Just call it 1 point. That's all you have to do. If he gets knocked down, 2 points. Okay? So Dominick Reyes won 3 points. That's it. Jones has to get a knockdown or stop or get a huge round where he gets at 2 points, or get a stoppage. That's it. That's the only thing he can get. You know what he got? Some takedowns. But he didn't even hold him down. He didn't even do any damage. And I'm told that the wrestler is the most effective thing in MMA. And is it because they adjust the score to favor him? Because Jon Jones, he got takedowns. Reyes defended a lot more takedowns than he got. And he popped right back up. Is a takedown an attack? Or is it putting someone in a position to land your attack? Because that's what I see it as. I don't see a takedown as, like a punch. I don't see it as a kick. So, I don't even see it as a submission. I see it as that you took him down now, do some work because that's where you want to be. This is like putting someone up against the fence, right? Is that hurting them? No. But it puts them into a position where you can hurt them. Now, I heard Dominick Cruz say that damage should be considered you taking stamina from someone. Stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What if one guy's style, style causes him to burn more energy? Does that mean he's losing the fight because he's burning more energy? No. It's just who's more effective. What are you talking about? You're overthinking it. You're overthinking the room. You are overthinking the room. If a takedown's such an advantage right on points, shouldn't defending a takedown be just that much of an advantage? Because to me, is some takedowns mean more than others? If Dominick Reyes took down Jon Jones, by that thought process of how effective takedowns are, isn't that a much more effective takedown than what Jon Jones landed on him? since Dominick Reyes is not the level wrestler that Jon Jones is? See, we could get into dangerous spots on our thinking process here. Let's just keep it simple, I say. Who's landing the most damage and effective damage? Effective work. Who's landing the cleaner shots? Dominick Reyes was landing the cleaner shots. Doesn't matter if he was moving forward, backwards, sideways, upside down, flipping, spinning. Does not matter. He was landing the more effective shots. It's simple. Scoring fights is simple. Okay? If going backwards means you're losing the fight, Floyd Mayweather should have never won a fight. If going backwards means you're losing a fight, Dominick Cruz should never won a fight. Dominick Cruz moves all over the place. Is he running? No. That's what he wants to be doing. It doesn't matter if you're going backwards, forwards, spinning, on your head, on your back. If you're landing the most effective shots, you should be winning. If someone takes you down and I'm landing elbows from the bottom, uppercuts, elbows from the bottom, I'm winning the fight. No matter if I'm on my back, it does not matter. You can't tell me I'm in a disadvantaged position if I'm landing the more effective shots. The problem with MMA scoring is that no one has said what a takedown really is. It's a position. Now, if it's a position for your advantage, then beautiful. Get the takedown and then start doing work that shows that you have that advantage. Don't rely that you got that advantage, so that shows that you're winning. Now, if no one scores in the fight at all, no one lands a punch, right? No one lands one punch in the round. Then let's go to ring generalship and let's say, well, who was moving forward and who was the guy not moving forward? Then I'll give it to you. In that case, I will give you the round. No one lands a punch. Well, he got landed a takedown. I give him the round. But if there was punches landed, they're going to overstep all that positioning. Who landed the most effective punches? Dominick Reyes landed the most effective punches. And Jon Jones literally ran from him at parts of that fight. Dominick Reyes didn't even take full advantage of when Jon Jones ran from him. Jon Jones would turn his back to him, have his shoulder over him, and literally run when Dominick Reyes could just kept punishing him. He had him. If you take a double step on Jon Jones, he is screwed. Will he improve on that? Maybe. Jon Jones is pretty smart. Let's see. Can he improve on it? Maybe he just doesn't have the legs for it. Jon Jones is not the fastest twitch muscle guy. Okay, you could tell me with the razzle dazzle, the spinner. Maybe he had that when he was younger. He does not have it anymore. He's not the fastest twitch muscle guy right now. Dominick Reyes is a lot faster, a lot more explosive, looks more, even just fighting athletic more than him. Who is Jon Jones truly beat? Hall of Famers. Doesn't matter when they were Hall of Famers. It doesn't matter the rules. Best work was done in pride. Rashad Evans had been knocked out already before. Does it matter? Did he just get in the way at the right time? Has his competition been the same as it's been in 155 throughout those years? And 170 all those years? I don't know. To me, no. To me, he's been the Klitschko of the weight division. I'll give him that. And that's not bad. I'm not saying Jon Jones is a bad fighter. He's not. He's a very good fighter. Is he the GOAT, though? Not in my book. He should have 3 losses. And he's getting decisions because he's basically throwing performance. What he was against Reyes was if he was a challenger, right? And Reyes was a champ, and we would have gave the decision to Reyes, you would have thought, man, that guy showed heart, though. He's going to be there one day. That's what the performance Jon Jones gave that night. He came up short, but he showed heart. And the last few rounds, he was putting pressure on. I'll give you that. But it doesn't matter. Championship rounds don't mean anything. All they mean is that there's more rounds than a regular fight. Doesn't mean more. You score the round at the end of every round. So the championship rounds mean more? No. Jon Jones lost that fight. Dominick Reyes should be champ. He isn't. There'll be a rematch. My money's on Dominick Reyes. I didn't pick Dominick Reyes to win this fight. But the things that I said he could have took advantage on before this fight, he did. This has been The Weigh-In.